Hey dude, you like motorcycles? You like motorcycles? Is that why you're following me? Yeah? Well, come here. Come around this side. So you like bikes, huh? Yeah. You want to come over on this side? I'll let you start it up if you want. If you want to come around this side, I'll let you start it up if you want.
Okay.
It's a Ducati.
Okay.
Yeah. You see this button right here?
Yeah.
Just hold it down until it starts.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Top. You want to get this? Like it? Yeah. Yeah? Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your name? What's that?
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. My name's Dan. How you doing?
How you doing?
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I gotta head out of here. It was nice to meet you.
Okay.
All right, brother. What's up, y'all? Paramoto back at you with another video. So what I want to talk to you guys today is I want to answer a question that I've been getting pretty frequently, probably like once or twice a month, maybe even once a week at times. And that question is, can you make the Ducati 959 Panigale your first bike? Let's get to it. Alright, y'all, the short answer to that question is fucking no. No, don't fucking do it. Like, I don't know. It's awesome. If your monetary situation is so awesome that you can afford a $16,000 sport bike as your first bike, dude, I wish. Can you adopt me? Straight up. Can you adopt? I mean, I'm 30 years old, but can you adopt me straight up? But anyway, I've been getting this question pretty frequently, and I want to tell you why I think that answer is a no. I want to preface this firstly by saying, I'm just some asshole on YouTube. You do what's right for you, and I've always said that. You do what is right for you. Don't fucking take my advice for it. If it's something that you truly want to do, go do it. Like, what does it matter? What does it matter what I say? You know. But honestly, I think it's a terrible decision. Personally, I've said multiple times, what you need to do when you get into motorcycles is you need to step up, right? So I've always started with every one of my hobbies as really low on the totem pole. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, I used to play guitar. My first bass guitar was actually not even a Squire, and everybody knows that you know, is into guitars. Squires are like the entry level. Well, my entry level was even lower than a Squire. They're staring at me hard. So I've always started entry level, and I think what is very, very important is to really have that baseline appreciation for what you're doing. And if you don't start low on the totem pole, I don't believe you get that baseline appreciation. If you start with the nicest thing, I don't think you really care. I don't think you really end up caring as much about the nicer things when you get there, right? Another thing that buying a new bike off the bat does is go look on Craigslist, right? So go look on Craigslist and you can probably find a 600 or 1000cc sport bike, and what you'll find is that somebody, you know, it's probably like, it's 2018, so 5 years old. Let's say it's a 2000, you can probably find a 2013 CBR 600, CBR 1000 with 900 miles on it, you know, or even people that haven't even made it to their first service because they're gotten their motorcycles and then they've just bought too crazy of a bike for a beginner, and it's totally scared them away from motorcycles in general. And you don't want to be that person, you know. You don't want to be scared of your motorcycle. I mean, a healthy respect is good, but you don't really want to be scared, right? So you need to get something that's a little bit more beginner speed, right? So get a Ninja 300. It'll help you appreciate things when you get better quality things. You know, it'll help you appreciate, you know, when you get to the 600cc class. If you have a lot of experience, get a 650. You know, I've always said that, you know, if you have a lot of experience on a dirt bike, you know, these limits and stuff really don't involve you, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know, that you're going to start off on a 650 or 600 if you spent 10 years on dirt bikes, right? So do what's right for you. Know that I'm just an asshole on YouTube giving you opinions, and you don't want to be that guy straight up that buys a fucking expensive sport bike and doesn't ride it. You don't want to be that person, you know. You want to be the person out there having fun. You don't want to be the person too scared to ride their motorcycle. And that happens when you have a 600. Like, you know, I've mentioned it a couple times before. The first trip, the first couple weeks on my 600, I almost wheelied it. I almost looped it, and it was not fun, and it scared the shit out of me. But I got back on it because I had a year of experience on a motorcycle. You know, if I didn't have that year of experience, I might have just fucking hung it up right there. Let's see if this motherfucker goes. Woo! Anyway, so you need to have that baseline, you know. And another thing that getting a bike like this does off the bat is you don't learn a lot of the basics. You know, honestly, guys, a small bike is so good for learning the basics. You get a Ninja 300, Ninja 400, whatever, dude, that bike is going to be nice and flickable, and you'll learn all of the fucking basics. This bike, it's heavy, it's kind of intimidating, it's very mechanical, you can't put your feet all the way down, and you need to know what you're doing. On a Ninja 300, you'll have a lot of wiggle room. Those bikes have a lot of wiggle room. They have a safety, like a built-in safety buffer, because they don't have too much power, but they have enough to get you around. So honestly, you know, it takes you a while to get up to speed to get in trouble. With this thing, a second or two on the throttle, and you are past trouble. You are en route to disaster. All right. You don't want to tip this bike over because you're a noob. You're gonna cause a lot of damage really easy. You know, you want to start with a lower end bike with less expensive plastics. Please don't fucking hit me. You know, you want to start with a lower end bike with less expensive plastics. You know, you want to start out with one with more readily available parts. You know, like, you know, I'll tell you guys straight up, my CBR 600, the gas tank cover was $1,200, and that was just a piece of plastic that went over the gas tank. It was $1,200. The nose piece that I also broke when I wrecked it, $900. So you're talking about over $2,000 worth of plastic for two pieces of plastic. Now, this being an Italian bike, and Italian bikes are special, I could only imagine those numbers would go up, you know. And a lot of people dump their first sport bike. You don't want to dump your Panigale. You don't want to dump your Ducati. You don't want to dump your fucking R1. You don't want to. You don't want to dump any bike, but the more expensive ones, the more it hurts, right? Ooh, those clouds are dark. So start off with something smaller, something that you will learn the basics with, something that, you know, will be forgiving if you fuck something up, if you're in the wrong gear in a corner, if you downshift too much, something that will really help you out, okay? And that bike would be something like a Ninja 300, Ninja 400, CBR 300, KTM probably 390 if you're a little bit more adventurous. You know, something like that will suit you so much better. It really will. It'll suit you a lot better than a Panigale 959. Don't start with this bike, you know, for so many different reasons, guys. Another thing people will say is, well, you have all this electronic rider aids. Like, I can take this bike and go from, like, right now. Oh, I just went into wet mode. I have less throttle response now. I have more traction control, and the bike is going to intervene sooner. I believe it goes also down to 130 horsepower from it goes down from 130 from 150. So I have less power, less throttle response, So there's less likelihood that I'm going to spin the wheel. And there's also, see, I mean, even that, it'll get you in trouble. You know, and people will say, well, you have these different modes. Like a lot of bikes are coming with a lot of different modes nowadays, and you can put it in the lesser mode until you get used to it. Dude, you don't gotta fucking bullshit me. You're gonna put it in fucking sport. You're gonna put it in race. You know, that's what you're gonna live in, you know? It'll be a week. I give you a week before you put it in a different mode. And these electronic rider aids, they don't need to be a crutch. You don't want these to be a crutch. If you guys ever watch like Bruce Almighty, when Morgan Freeman says while he's playing God that if you do things right, people don't know you did anything at all. Or is that Futurama? I think it's Futurama, actually. If you don't do things, you know, if you do things right, people don't know that you did anything at all. And that's how you want to use your electronic rider aids. Your electronic rider aids should do two things for you. Two things, right? They should, A, save you in case you make a bad decision. So you're pushing it too hard, you go in a corner and your wheel starts spinning, your traction control stays on, and that means you don't fucking dump your bike. Well, that is a really great use for your fucking electronic rider aids. Holy fucking gravel. You know, another case, gravel. You hit that gravel, your traction control turns on, you don't dump your bike. Or you use your electronic rider aids to go as fast as you possibly can. Those are the only two things that you should use your rider aids for. It should not be a substitute for skill. It should not be a substitute for lack of experience, right? So what you need to do is you need to start with a smaller bike. I'd say 300 to 400 cc's. You need to start with something probably south of 50 horsepower, right? And that'll do a lot of things for you. Like I mentioned, you'll learn your skills. You'll have that built-in safety buffer because you're going to have to throttle out to get in trouble, and you're going to have a lot of time to think before you get in trouble, right? Not like this bike where when you're in trouble, you're already in trouble and you're heading to disaster, right? So you need to get that smaller bike. It's going to be cheaper to fix. It's going to be easier to ride. It's going to be more safety conscious for you, right? It's going to be cheaper to fix. And then when you go around to turn it and sell it, it'll hold value. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on starting on a 959. Simple answer, don't do it. Long answer, there's a lot better options for your first bike, guys. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.